What's up, good people? What's up, good people? Hey, we had some technical difficulties. I'm wearing these headphones because I was getting an echo. I wanted to do this right. I got my buddy. You know what? We just gonna bring him right on in. Kenan Grace. People. What's happening, man?
Hey, we doing good. You know what? We going money green. We going money green today.
That's it. That's it. Hey,
Rod. We going money green.
Yes, sir. Hey, Rodney. I need y'all excuse me. I got my tech here. Can I get him in this screen?
There we go.
Okay. No. All right. Well, I'm going to go to camera 2 then. Bam.
There we go.
All right. There we go. Yes,
Everybody
sir.
Hit that like button.
Hit that like button. That's right. Hit that like button. Hey, we got a lot to talk about, man. It's been a long time coming. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, hey, for those of you that don't know, for those of you that don't know Kenan Grace, I'm telling you, I did a video about 6 months ago, and I was talking about up and coming YouTubers that's doing this stock thing right, that was going to be on fire. I literally said that Kenan Grace will have 1 million subscribers and he will be a millionaire. I remember saying that. Did you see that, Keen?
I did. I put it on my Instagram. I appreciate the love.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And now I could see it. I literally could see it. It's right around the corner, man. Love what you're doing for the community. I can always tell when people are cut from the same tree. Like we got the same DNA when it comes to helping people. We want to help people simply make money. That's it. We want to help people make money because we understand what the institutions are doing. We understand this system that's set up to take our money, but we taking our money back. Right, King?
Yeah. We taking our money back. I
yes,
want to give
sir.
a major shout out for having me on. I hope everybody made a lot of money on the stock market today. I hope everybody invested in the Tesla when it dipped. When institutions told you they was going to sell low, when they told you that they was going to short sell it, I hope that you bought it. I hope that you loaded up.
Yes.
These big institutions, they come out and they say, you know what? Well, we selling Tesla. We're selling it.
Yeah.
I promise you, when we see the next quarter earnings and when we see what everybody's allocations is, the Form 13F, guess what? You're going to see they all bought it. You're going to see they all bought it. But they
all bought it.
Not to buy it. They told you not to buy it.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Yeah. You're so right. I literally in January, I was saying Tesla was going to be $900 by the end of the year. You go back. Listen, there is a couple of stock that everybody needs to just have and hold right now, and actually dollar cost average. Right. Tesla is one of those things. I said it before. I'll say it right now so your audience can hear it. By 2025, which is only a few years from now, Tesla will be $3,000, if not $3,500. It just will, because it's. Do you know that they're a boring company? They're boring tunnels right now as we speak. They got the permit they got the okay to start boring tunnels under Vegas for cars as far as a freeway. Do you know that every time the spaceship goes up, they're launching satellites? I mean, how do you put an evaluation on a company that's doing so much? They're doing so much more than just manufacturing cars.
That's so true. And you know what else they're doing? They're a solar company with the solar roofs.
Solar
what
roofs.
They're working on is making those things cheaper. As soon as they get those things to be cheap enough for the average everyday person to have it competitive with buying a normal roof, come on now. Come on now. That, the robo-taxis, Tesla.
Robo-taxi.
Come on now.
Yeah.
We're nowhere near where it can be. Understand though, family, it could fall in the short term. Understand that. It could fall in the short term. But long term, like you said, dollar cost average in. They just hit a huge milestone. We all heard about what happened with Hertz picking up 100,000 orders of cars, just straight up cars. But even bigger than that, believe it or not, was that Tesla basically has the European. Let me read it as it says right here from CNBC. It says, according to CNBC, Tesla's Model 3 electric sedan has become the first fully electric vehicle to top new car sales in the overall European market. Not hybrid, not electric, overall car sales for September. That's huge. That means that the demand is not being met.
And then the U.S., we had the president of these United States had a meeting about electric vehicles. They invited everybody except Tesla. And why do you think they didn't have Tesla? Because Tesla's not a legacy car company. Ford was there. GM was there. They didn't even invite Tesla. How do you not invite the #1 EV car company? So that was a strong signal. You know what I did, King? I bought some more.
That's right.
I bought some more.
You got to do it.
Yeah, I bought some more, man.
That's a great signal.
Just, we got to see, I'm telling you, what I like about Kenan, and there's a lot of great content on YouTube, a lot of great YouTubers. What I like about Kenan, he sees it. He sees it. He got that third eye. He sees it. I mean, some of these things right now, when you make so many plays based on what you see, eventually the wool they trying to put over your face, it's like wet toilet paper. You can see right through it. Man.
That's so true. That's so true. And you know what? A lot of people, when I talk to them about investing, then most people aren't in it as deep as us. Like we are in it. We're researching all day.
Yeah.
People
all
see
day long.
The 10-minute, 20-minute videos or something like that. And then they're like, oh, this is what you do. And then you go play around all day. No, it's research all day long.
All day. Video. And you never off. You never off. My wife said that, like, do you realize that you are never off? I says, people say, oh, I want to be a YouTuber. I was like, prepare to give your life up. That's literally, even on vacation, I'm like in the market. Soon as I wake up, I meditate, I say my prayers, I get up, and then I'm looking, Hold on 1 second.
They say you leave your 9 to 5.
Hey, Kenan, can you turn up your volume just a little bit?
Let me try that. See? Is this any better? Let me try something real quick too.
Okay. All right. Hey, Rodney, you can stay right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me get my iPad.
Okay. Can't hear you.
Where we at?
Okay.
Can you hear me at all?
I can hear you now.
Hear me?
I can hear you now. It's a delay though.
So you can
now
hear
I see
me.
you.
I can't.
Yeah.
Let me take these out.
I can hear you now.
You can hear me, but I can't hear you now.
Yeah.
Come on, YouTube. Let's see. Let's try this.
Or just go back to where you were, man.
Yo, give me 1 second.
Okay, I heard that.
Not getting it. Let me hang up and come back.
Okay, are we going to lose everybody?
This should get it.
Okay, just hang up and come back. Hold on, good people. Hold on. We're going to get this right. We gonna get this right, good people. Yeah, we've come too far. All right, let's see here. Assign. Guess one. Bam. How about it now, Kenan?
So, can you hear me now? You can't hear me.
I hear you.
No.
Can you hear me?
Don't work. Now we on the air. Family, you see how it is with technical difficulties.
Yeah. Can you just go back to whatever you, can you go back to whatever you just had? Don't worry about it. Yeah, just go back to what was working. Whatever you were doing that was working, let's just go back to that. Oh, there's Stock Moe in the house.
All right, I'm back. Okay, how's this?
I hear you now.
Oh, Stock Moe's in the house?
Stock Moe is in the house. Stock Moe, where you at, bro? Yes, sir. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Kenan?
Family, hit that like button.
Yes.
I hear you just fine.
All right, you hear me fine? All right, there's Stock Moe. There's Stock Moe. There's our YouTube neighbor. What's up, Stock Moe?
Shout out to Stock Moe.
Yes, sir.
We in the building, man.
Yes, sir. All right. So you hear me good? You hear me good, King?
Absolutely.
Okay, I think you're getting a delay.
Yes. I'm getting a delay. Oh,
yeah,
it's.
I'm
perfectly fine.
I can hear you perfect. It just takes you a minute to answer.
Okay. So let me try one more time. I'm gonna leave everything as is, but I'm gonna reload it.
All right, Roddy, you just sit right here. I don't care. You know, we gonna make this work. Got my tech right here. Who is my brother Rodney? Hey, we gonna make this work. You back on one? Yeah, he logged off. He's gonna call back. There we go. Let's try it. Boom. Yep.
Click a name and it'll come right on the screen.
All right, let's try it now. Can you hear me? You're coming in and out. You're coming in and out. He could actually do it without the headphones on now, too. Huh?
Yeah, he can turn them off.
Why don't you try taking your headphones out? I just got mine in. That way the people won't hear an echo.
You can do all three with Stock Moe.
I heard something.
All
right. Are those battery operated?
Ask him, did he get them from Tesla?
My brother said, did you get them from Tesla? You wrong for that. Hey, why don't you try it without the, why don't you try it without those? Just do it the regular way through your regular speaker.
How's this?
I can hear you now.
Is it clear? You can hear me clear?
I hear you. I hear my echo, but let's just keep it going.
Let's keep it going.
Let's just keep it going.
I don't know what's going on with these beats.
God, them beats they beat. Hey, good people, anybody out there, we need to know if you guys are hearing this good.
Yeah, let us know in the comments.
Let me know if they can hear it.
Okay, good. Excellent.
Somebody leave a comment that everything is okay. You good? All right, we good. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. All right. So my man Stock Moe in the house. Man, I wish I could chime him in.
He's in the background.
Yeah.
Just Stock Moe if you can hear me.
Yes, sir. You know what?
Sir. You know what?
Hold on one second.
Hold on one
Make
second.
this a party.
Now we know
We gonna
everybody
make
who's watching
a
this. We know
party.
Stock Moe.
Make this a party.
Stock Moe is deep.
Yes,
into
sir.
Tesla stock.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We know this was probably his favorite day of the year. Yeah, I got it. So everybody, what I want you to do again is put some headphones in the chat. Put some headphones in the chat. If you know me, you know what I'm talking about. Put some headphone emojis in the chat. Let's talk about it right now. So
Yes.
what you see today, and let me see if I can share my screen if this will work. Google, all right, Google ain't gonna allow me to do it. But whatever. You see that Tesla ran up to $1,024 as it stands right now in the aftermarket, or at least $1,023. It came down about a few cents. What I want you to understand is this. You see it going up like crazy. You see this going up like crazy. So what you got to think is, how can you enter if you haven't already entered? Now, there are going to be so many people who try to jump in at 1,000. Now, it's a coin toss at this point as to, is it going to go up tomorrow or is it going to come down tomorrow? Now, when stocks rally up like this, what this does is it draws in those short sellers. So if you've been investing in the AMC, you've been investing in a GameStop, what you'll understand and know is that short sellers, aka the people who try to sell the stock like just crazy, they send it down. Now, they're looking to send this down. They love to short Tesla. Understand me on that. They love to short it. So dollar cost average in or allow it to cool off. This is the way to go. This is the way to go with Tesla. Now, outside of that, you got to see all of the EV plays are having a solid day. For example, NEO. You can't really see my screen right now. NEO, solid day. 41. We close it up. How much are we up on the day? We're up from 39, basically all the way to 41, but we're over a key level of support, which is the 40, right? Li Auto, which is highly slept on, in my opinion, is really having a good day. It was 30 and now it's 34. And then XPEV, even better. XPEV, let me check them out. XPEV, $48. Understand that this was $42, what? Yesterday, 2 days ago, $42. This is a great run for this company. Absolutely amazing. I love it and I love to see it. But, man.
Handle your business, man. Handle your business, Kenan. Hey, let's talk about DWAC. Let's get some stock in, and then I want to talk to you about your journey, right? I sent the link. Stock Moe, if you're listening, I sent you a link to your email. All right? So that'll be cool. Let's just have a party line going on here. So let's talk about DWAC for a minute. All right. Digital, Donald Trump's new company.
Right.
The warrants. So a lot of people don't understand the warrants. Yeah. Am I still echoing there? I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. Come, just do it. Let the people see it. This is my brother and my technical people.
Output. Audio. Off.
Oh yeah, that's Stock Moe. Yeah. Come on, Mo. Come on in.
I'm jumping in the comments.
I don't see him. Oh.
There he is. Oh, it's a party now. It's a party now,
gentlemen.
Yeah. It's a party now.
You know it.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
how you doing?
I'm loving it. Thanks for the invite. There's nothing better than watching Kenan and Uncle Larry, but then getting to be a part of it. Love it.
Hey, I think this is the trifecta.
Let's go.
Oh, it's a party now.
It's a party now, gentlemen.
Okay. Who's Pippen and who's Jordan?
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow. So we've been trying to get this together. Stock Moe and myself have been trying to get together forever and a day, and this is how it happened. This is so cool.
I love to see it. I love to see it.
Oh wow. Hey,
It's an echo and a
listen.
delay.
It's
Let them talk.
okay. I'm gonna let them talk. Hey, Stock Moe, go over some of the EV plays, and then we'll just go from there. Just off the top of your head.
Stock Moe and myself have been trying to get together forever. This is how it happens. So cool. Oh wow. Hey. It's okay. I'm gonna let them.
Can you still hear me, Kenan?
I can hear you just fine.
All right.
Real time.
Okay. Well, let's just keep it going until Mo get his up and going.
All
right.
So everybody who's listening to this, shout out to you.
Yeah.
And I want to say this: Wedbush just gave Tesla an $1,100 price target. But I want you to understand what the price targets mean. Now, you might not be able to see this too well from here, but they gave him an $1,100 price target. Understand that what that means is not tomorrow, not the next day. However, it could hit that price tomorrow. What's really pivotal is this is what they think it is worth 12 months from now. So understand that if we get there too soon, it's likely, not guaranteed, that we can have some pullback. So like I always tell you, I don't know if you can hear this. Let me see if I can get my soundboard. Everybody who watches me, you know this one. Come on down. If the stock is coming down, it's coming down to pick you up. So let's say it comes down to, let's call it in the 900s again, and you missed it in the thousands, we'll be back up there. However, what we want to see is this to stay over the 1,000 range, but if it doesn't, we should all still be in the green. Literally everyone who held, you basically are green. The only people who are losing out right now are those who sold too soon, like I always tell you. The only people who get hurt on a roller coaster are those who jump off too soon. Understand that.
Hey, Kenan, just so we can get this echo thing together, when I talk, you hit mute, and then I'll do the same thing. Hey, Stock Moe, can you hear me?
Absolutely.
Hey, what do you think about Tesla?
Oh, come on. You know, we had a lot of bears out there that were just loving seeing Tesla go from the January, February highs, seeing it collapse down. You know, we hit those May 13th lows for EVs. And from that May 13th low, we seen Tesla. We bought through. A lot of the people on the channels out there were buying through. And as we bought through that, we've been able to dollar cost average through the down, take it back up. And now we're running at some really good levels, which is just fantastic. And we're seeing those nice pops now. You're seeing a lot of short squeeze added in with the Hertz, getting that 100,000 vehicles ordered, which is over $4 billion. And according to them, an initial order. You have the rental industry basically combined over 90-something% of all rentals owned by only 3 corporations. And so one of them had just come out and just said, hey, we're going full, we're gonna go all in on this EV. And that's big. And so it's only a matter of time before the other 2 major corporations in the EV industry or in the rental industry jump into that. And who are they going to go with? We have Hertz, who's run by an ex-Ford guy, going with Tesla, not Ford. And you could tell that Tesla's where it's at. This stock is primed to keep growing. Now, this has been a big pop. I always expect a little bit of a profit taking, and then we see where it goes after that. But in the long run, that estimate that a lot of analysts out there had did not have this order in it. So when you look at all the analysts from Wall Street, understand that they did not have this 100,000 vehicle order in, and it's only going to get better.
And I will tell you guys this, for you guys that are new and you're just swing trading, you have to have some long stock in your portfolio. Tesla, me personally, you could swing it, and that's why I like to have multiple portfolios. But you really need to start also dollar cost averaging in long term, because Tesla is going to be sick in 2025. The share price of Tesla will be sick. What you think about that, Mo?
Absolutely agree with you. You know, we had the you got ARK coming out, putting it at 3,000 most likely based on their simulations, the Monte Carlo simulation they do with statistics and that. And put that together, 50% chance they say of that, 25% chance of 1,500. I'd say there's 25% chance of hitting in the next few months of getting up to 1,500. You never know. But I had it at 1,250 at the end of 2022, and that was without this 100,000 order in there, which should come through by the end of 2022. And so that price has to be higher now. That price for 2022 for me is now going to jump up. I got to see how much this is going to affect their sales, how big this is. But in the long run, this is nothing but positive, and it's not built in there yet. Don't think that price is in there in one day. It was a nice move today, but it's not in there yet because the other companies are going to have to make moves, and that's going to be big for Tesla and other companies out there that could be selling some EVs as well. I'm thinking Lucid. You never know. If they can get their manufacturing up, they might have a few orders as well. So we'll see. But I have nothing but the high hopes for Tesla rolling up.
Kenan, what do you think long-term and short-term on Tesla?
Short term, I do not swing the stock. I swing the options. So it's just like that. I buy the stock. If I ever buy a Tesla stock, I'm not going to sell it until retirement. Pretty much like that, right? And with the options, we just made, me and my Discord family, I always talk about the Discord family. We just made like 900% on the Tesla options, right? Because it just shot up. We were guiding one right before it took off, took all the way off, up 900%, made thousands of dollars on it. Great. Right? So I swing the options because I don't plan on holding those long term. And then the stock, if you ever see me buy stock again, I'm just holding it long. Now, I want you to understand this too. So short sellers are starting to give up. Bloomberg just reported on this, and it says that short sellers are starting to literally just throw in the towel because it's been one of the most unprofitable short sales of all time. Just lengthy, dragged out, and they just haven't been giving up. And at this point, they're saying, look, Tesla is really becoming who they said they would be. And let's be clear, they're not even there yet. The robo-taxis have to roll out. And think about the opportunity that Hertz would have with robo-taxis if they wanted to incorporate something like that with the fleet of 100,000 as soon as the full self-driving and everything like that goes through. It's just really all-encompassing, something to think about. It's really amazing. And also, everywhere that there's a Hertz, this might expand the supercharging network. Just all over the place. So this is really something that if you are not in Tesla, then I want you to really consider getting in. Not financial advice, and don't go all in at once, but consider dollar cost averaging in, aka if you get paid on Friday, maybe you buy some Friday, but then you buy some 2 Fridays from now, so on and so forth, just on a regular schedule.
And so you guys have to understand this. And I said this before, and Mo has said the same thing. The legacy car companies are now trying to play catch up, right? Who's going to win in this game? We are, because they're all going to run and they're going to all make us money. Right, Mo? I've been buying GM, I've been buying Ford because they're on the chase now, right? But it's nowhere near my Tesla stock. I'm just dollar cost averaging in on them. So people always ask, oh, what should I have? What should I have? I said all, because we are going to win. What do you think about that, Mo?
You know, I invested a little bit into Ford myself. I did. Obviously, my biggest is Tesla. Lucid's close. NIO's close. I'm going with a lot of the EVs. But after Ford announced a $30 billion investment in the EV space, I was happy. I was happy with that. So I did add positions. I'm a big Ford Mustang guy. I got a Shelby GT500 myself, so I do enjoy the ride. And
I'm coming down for a ride, Mo.
But what's that?
I'm coming down for a ride in that GT.
Oh yeah, I might drive up your way and we can go out for a ride. It's a pretty hot looking vehicle, and it'd help us out a little bit. But in the long run, I do think Ford has been doing well. You can see that stock blowing up over the last year. You know, it's come up a ways, and it's because they're finally getting away from the ICEs. They're going all in. They're putting billions and billions into it, and they continue to increase that investment. So I have a good feeling that Ford's going to do well moving forward, and we'll see, though. We'll see. But overall, Tesla owns over 70% of the EV market. That EV market has expanded to over 3-point-something% now from 1 to 2% last year. In the latest quarter in Q2 2022 or 2021 here, that was big. And we're going to continue to see that growth. especially with corporate America now saying, look, let's get our fleets EV, hybrid, clean energy, and I expect big things moving forward. So investors who are patient, who are willing to put money in dollar cost average over the next few years, they will be rewarded. And now, do you go with a leader in the EV like Tesla, or do you go with a Ford, GM, something like that? I've put my money in on Tesla and Lucid and NIO. NIO because I think they're going to dominate China. Tesla because they're in China, which is 40% of their sales, and they're dominating the U.S. with over 70% of all EV sales being Teslas. To me, it's a no-brainer. Tesla's going to win. But who's going to be second in China? I thought NIO would be. I think Xpeng's a close third. And then, and of course, the U.S., my high-risk play is Lucid. We're going to see how that works out. It's been a rough ride so far, but it's climbing. It's getting up there. I think ChargePoint for the charging networks around the U.S. is going to be big. North America, they're the leaders. I'm not trying to pick an underdog. I'm going to go with the leader in that because the industry is just growing. We have a lot of opportunity to make some money as investors, and we can have our investment dollars count towards something to better this world for the next generation. I want to lead knowing we did something as investors to make it cleaner, better, and help the younger generation. It's not their fault that they have to deal with this stuff, but it is our fault as, well, Kenan, you're a little younger than me, but as an older person, I do feel like it's my responsibility to try to lead the world in a better way of investing, clean up the world a little bit, make it better.
Okay, so Kenan, just mute your mic for a minute. I'm going to ask you a question next. Remember to unmute it. So we're going to keep it going. Let's talk about DWAC, all right? This play is crazy, and I want everybody, you two gentlemen, to talk about your plays. But, oh, I'm looking at the other camera. So DWAC, I'm going to tell you this. DWAC, I think I had the ultimate play on DWAC. Now, the only mistake I made was I got in late. So I got in after the 300% run, right? And I didn't get in for other reasons. And then I was like, look, let me make some money. I got in and I played the warrants. The stock was up 400%. At one time, the warrants were up 2,700%. And then when it froze, everything froze. What I did was, if I ever saw a proper opportunity to do a trailing stop loss, that was it. Because when I did the trailing stop loss and I shared it with the audience, it ran up even more and then it came down, and I squoze the higher it went, I started squeezing the stop loss to 10%, and it triggered and it sold actually very handsomely. So Kenan, you tell me, how did you play DWAC and what do you think about it?
So I had to unmute myself. So to be honest with you, I didn't even get in the play. I did all of the research on the play, all of it, and I shared it with the people, and I told them up front, look, I didn't get in the play, but what we were looking to get into was the options now that the options are available, because it now gives you the chance to make money if it's coming down. Generally, everyone wants to get on the wave and ride it up, but now that they have put options, you can buy a put or sell a call. You can make money on the way down. So then that was what I was looking for. I was telling them that it's very similar in a way to getting a warrant because it's a contract that guarantees certain things that come with the contract. But now we're starting to see it consolidate. So if you don't know me, on live streams, I do the technical analysis and everything in the morning, but we're consolidating basically in about the $80 range or so, but between $80 and 100. So it's like a huge gap that we're consolidating in between. But what we want to understand and know is that it probably won't fall back if you're waiting for it to get to the 12s or 20s or something like that again. You might never see it again for the sole fact as how political this is. People literally and genuinely believe in this movement, and they're going to uphold it and keep it going just to make it work. Now, when you go to the slide deck on Donald Trump's website, or actually the overview on the website that they have for the social media company, they're comparing Twitter, Netflix, Facebook, iHeartRadio, and all of these things to Donald Trump's followers. Now, I read many different things on CNBC, on Bloomberg, and they were saying how ridiculous this is because they're comparing paid subscribers to just people who just generally follow them for free on websites. But what they failed to understand is there's a difference between a follower and a supporter. Now, Trump has a huge amount of supporters. So some of that is actually going to convert and then uphold this company. or who knows what it's going to do in the future. But you may never see it again at those extreme low $10, $20 levels.
How about you, Stock Moe? Did you get any of this?
Oh, no. I did not get in. I watched it over the few days, and after the first day doubling, I've seen a lot of stocks over the last few decades do very similar traction, go up 100, 200% in a day. Rarely will you see a move the next day, but we've seen that with AMC, GameStop, and a few other ones. And I said, boy, this, with Trump's name behind it, this thing's going to blow up. And it blew up the next day another 100%. At that point, when I say rarely, I hardly ever see a stock go up that third day. And I did call over at our Patreon, over at Stock Moe Patreon. They said, what do you think is going to happen on Monday? I said, you're going to see an initial pop, and then you're going to see a sell-off on Monday. It's just going to slowly go down. They're going to have a lot of people think it's going to double a third day, which almost never happens. And it didn't this time. I said PHUN would do the same thing. That came back down. They both initially popped. Then you got a lot of people, unfortunately, getting in at the wrong time, hoping it would double one more time, but it comes down. You see that sliding down. Then you start to get the articles from the shorters out there. All the big hedge funds who are going to short it, they put out the negative fear, uncertainty, and doubt. That starts having people sell. Then you have a lot of people seeing it drop 30% from open to where, middle of the day, and they went out because they already lost enough. But I looked at a lot of charts and compared it to AMC, GameStop, some of those type of retail plays, and they have that sell-off. But then you do, like Kenan said, there's a large following there, supporters who are going to continue to buy in and push it back up. And so I do expect to see a little bit of a sell-off, but then a resurgence down moving forward. If it's like the other retail plays we've watched with AMC and GameStop, but there is some talk out there, hey, Trump saw how much action he got out of this. Could he renegotiate this contract for getting more out of it? And if that happens, that would be a negative catalyst. And I wouldn't blame him, though. After this kind of support, I would not blame him one bit for coming in saying, hey, let's re-look at this whole agreement and see where we can go with this. And because it's gonna be popular. You're gonna see a lot of retail investors coming in there, and I do expect this to be very volatile moving forward. So for swing traders, day traders, you're gonna love this. This is the exact kind of play you're looking for to do that. And like Kenan said, there's put options out there now. There's a lot of opportunity for people to make money on this. But I think the easy money obviously is over. Now it's going to be a little tougher.
Okay, I'm having a ton of comments. We are going to get to SHIB and we're going to get to AMC. But before we keep moving, I want you guys to do a favor. Do me a favor. Go ahead and hit that like button because we want this video to get out. If you guys want to see a trifecta like this happen again, go ahead and hit that like button. We should. And I want to say this. If you're following me, I want you to follow these two gentlemen, Kenan Grace and Stock Moe. Those of you that know me know I have been a fan of both of these gentlemen for many, many months, all of this year. I actually took the time to make a video that took me 15 hours to make, to shout these gentlemen out because I love and respect these guys. Because I only hang with people that's trying to help the community. Both of these gentlemen are doing an awesome job. And I always say, never ever, including me, get all of your information from one source, okay? There were times when I was in the earlier days of Neo, I was getting ready to make some plays. And I was like, you know what? Let's see. Stock Moe is the EV dude. Let me go see what he's saying. And I actually made more money because he challenged me on what I was thinking. All right, good people. So Kenan Grace, I am going to leave a link to both of these gentlemen, and Stock Moe. I want you guys to subscribe. And as a matter of fact, if you're listening to this even after the broadcast, watch this, and you are subscribed to their pages and not subscribed to mine, you know what to do. Like that, Kenan. Hey, let's go ahead and get the elephant in the room because I want to ask these gentlemen some personal questions about life changes and all of that. Let's go on ahead and deal with the SHIB. All right. I shared my portfolio yesterday with the SHIB. I invested a lot of money in the SHIB. You know what, Kenan? I want you to go ahead and take the SHIB army, and then I'll ask Mo. Mo, I don't know if you're in it or not. We'll ask you, and then I'll tell you guys what I think. Go ahead, Kenan.
All right, everybody. So SHIBA INU, currently we're finding a higher floor. What does that mean? It went up to the 20s range, right? 4 zeros and 20. Now we're at about 4 zeros and 40. The previous floor was 4 zeros and 30. So we're sort of laddering up, right? We want to see it maintain this strength. What does strength do? It draws in new buyers. As new buyers see that, oh, this thing isn't as volatile as I thought it was previously, it goes up and then comes down a little bit. Then it goes up more and comes down a little bit more. Then it shows new buyers that it's okay. And when you think about supply and demand, how do you get something to go up in general? You need new buyers, or you need to decrease the supply, right? The supply is through the roof. So the only way right now, main way, is new buyers. However, if you've been following my channel or anything like that, you know that SHIBA INU, they have what is called an NFT burn. So what they're doing is, as you buy an NFT, which they'll launch pretty soon. It should be like a month or so from now. But when they launch, don't hold me on that, because we'll see. You know how everyone gives these times and whatever, and it doesn't happen. But understand this. When you buy SHIBA INU and then you try to get a coin based on the SHIBA INU platform, they give you a generic name, 0001 or something like that. But then you can pay to change it, but you pay in SHIBA INU. But what is this payment for? It's to reduce the supply. So then when you change the name and you pay some SHIBA INU, they burn like $10 worth of SHIBA INU. So then this is them showing us that they can decrease the supply. So then that is something that's actually quite impressive about SHIBA INU, that they actually have an active plan as to decreasing the supply. However, remember, they need to decrease the supply like crazy in order for it to have any impact on SHIBA INU, since the supply is so high. But the fact that they can do it now, and they're showing us in the early stages that they're planning on doing it, and the fact that they're the 13th largest crypto in the world right now, ahead. And one thing that I really want to say for everyone who's listening to this, you hear time and time again that, oh, this thing is a meme coin, or this thing is worthless. If I was to literally tell you right in the comments, tell me what your SHIBA INU address is, I'm going to send you $100,000 in SHIBA INU. If you think it's worthless, I bet you would take it, and then you would immediately sell it, because you know it has worth. What is it worth? What people are willing to buy it for. So there's always money to be made, even when you don't necessarily think the coin has utility. You can still make money there if you play your cards right, do your research, understand that the only value it has is because other people think it has value. That's one of the main things. If you really think that it's just some meme coin, there are hundreds, or if not thousands, of coins that have a smaller market cap that people would just rather have SHIB, even though that other coin may have a higher just general utility. So really remember that. I really want you to remember that and think about that. Supply and demand. The demand is there.
All right. So let me say this. Anything that is said from Kenan, myself, and Stock Moe is not a suggestion to buy, hold, or sell a stock. We're not financial advisors. We're just three guys on YouTube talking about stocks and having fun, all right? Do your own due diligence, all right? So I will tell you, before I ask Stock Moe what does he think about it, guys like us, it's really difficult for us to talk about coins like this, because of the way we've been trained, and it's difficult for us to talk about it, right? Because you have a lot of traditionally trained investors that will poo-hoo on you, right? And so I just want to say that I concentrate on making money, period. I don't care. And I've learned how to not be stuck in tradition. So I see that the market has changed drastically. 2020 in the stock market was the longest 20 years ever. Think about that. So Stock Moe, what are your thoughts on SHIBA INU?
Now, when it comes to crypto, I like what Kenan said about, is there value? People argument is that there's not a lot of value. Is there value? If I gave you $100,000 worth, you would sell it because there is value. A lot of people say the same thing about crypto in general. They don't, I've been a part of the crypto market for has to be over. It has to be almost getting close to that decade. I was there on day one for Dogecoin. I had miners around my house mining. I was mining over 100,000 Dogecoin daily for a while, and back then it wasn't worth a lot. Same argument was given to that. Doge is worthless. It'll never be worth anything. Why are you mining it? I was a part of it. It was a big Reddit community push, and I was mining it, and I would just sell it, turn it into Bitcoin, and let the Bitcoin grow. Now, fast forward, 8 years now, or I don't know how many years it's been for that. But now you see this coming out and having the same kind of response. Oh, what's it going to do? Is it going to be big? And that comes down to the crowd out there is supporting it, where it's going to go. And I've learned through the years in crypto that you just don't know what is going to be the most successful. But I will say this, if it wants to be a long-term success, there has to be major utility. Inflation needs to be under control. You can't have inflation of 5-10% annually on crypto, creating new crypto. So anybody who follows my channel, you know that I'm big on Ethereum. I put most of my money in Ethereum. I can tell you I have a lot of Ethereum. I have a lot. And I'm staking a ton of it over at Coinbase right now. So that's paying off nicely. But, in the long run, I still think Ethereum has the most utility out of all cryptos. I think eventually combined, I think it's going to be the leader. It's going to flip Bitcoin, be the largest market cap out there. And of course, the others out there will have, I always said there's going to be a dozen to 2 dozen that make up over 90% of the crypto market within the next 5 to 10 years. We have over 9,000 different cryptos. There's new ones being made every day. And so we'll see how this goes. But for now, I think there's going to be a continuation of that support, just like we saw with Doge. Doge kind of settled in at like 26, 27 cents right now. And we continue to see that volatility in crypto in general. But for that one, I have not bought any of that. And I'm going to continue to stick with my Ethereum, as most people who follow me know that I put over 90% of my new money in crypto goes into Ethereum. I ended up buying some more today, actually. I bought another Ethereum today. I dollar cost average every Monday. I've been doing that for a very long time. I just buy more crypto every Monday. And that's one way to take the volatility and reduce the risk. And in the long run, this is going to be the single most best way to create generational wealth for the younger generation is investing in crypto, being patient, coming up with a good strategy to do this in dollar cost average through the years. And I'm telling you, it's going to be the biggest transfer of wealth from those who are involved to those who did not get involved. And you're seeing a lot of the old time investors, even older than me, that have shunned it, now buying into it. You see MasterCard come out today and open up their network for crypto, the entire thing, for all the businesses, everything. It was so big of an announcement. I can't understand why crypto didn't blow up even more, because it's good. It's finally, you're seeing corporations step up and becoming part of it. You're going to see portfolios made up of 3 to 5%. It's going to be the normal for all big portfolios out there to have crypto. You're going to see a lot of cash on the side by corporate America that are going to keep a percentage in crypto in general. It's going to be ones that are probably deflationary or stationary, like Bitcoin and Ethereum. So, and it's going to matter how it's run. Proof of stake is going to be big. Proof of work, when you got these miners running, burning energy is a no-go. You're going to see that be shunned eventually. And you're going to want to see cryptos run on proof of stake where they don't use that energy intensive way of doing it. And so personally, like I said, I'm not in it. I think I missed that. And when it gets this high, you never know how high it's going to go. It could continue to move, but I'm just going to stick with my Ethereum.
All right, I'm gonna tell you guys. Thanks for that, Mo. It's I'm heavy in Ethereum. I got more Ethereum than I do Bitcoin, and I'm gonna tell you guys. You guys know I made a long video on SHIB. Now I'm gonna tell you this: what I have learned and I've seen. I shared with you guys. I'm in SHIB, and I to some people that's little money. To a lot of people, that's big money. I shared my portfolio on the video yesterday. So if you want to see how much SHIB I have, go look at that one. All right. But what I will tell you is this. One of the things that I've learned, Stock Moe, from last year to this year is retailer sentiment, FOMO. I've learned how to track that. SPACs taught me a lot. And when SHIB finally hits all of the main media, which it hasn't, when it gets to the point where it's a Saturday Night Live skit, which is not, that's when I'll even think about doing a little profit taking in my swing trade. But I have some SHIB that I got at a low price, 4017. I'm holding that until, I'm not thinking about even moving that until 2025. I'm holding that long. So I'm going to make money on both ends, and I'm up really nice on my swing trade, and I'm going to hold that a little longer. But here's what I want to say, because I don't want people to lose money. Who came out and set the first price target at a penny? Right? I see this all of the time. It's like the cat with the mouse, the cat and the ball of yarn, right? So there's always a price set with no fundamentals behind it. And they just say, hey, it's going to go to this. And then everybody else starts chasing that number. And then the whales come and then they make major dumps. They sell out way before it gets to that. And they set that so far down the road. If 90% of SHIB was burned, then you may get to a penny. If 90%, which means that you guys will have to give up your SHIB. I will have to give up my SHIB for that to happen, right? And I understand market caps. The one thing that I want to have reality with SHIB and the people that I talk to about SHIB, don't sell your firstborn. Don't sell your secondborn, even if you don't like them. Stay diversified. And if you want to be, have a long-term play, when the volatility comes, for the last few days, I was down to $2,500, $3,700 I was down. And then just from me being patient, in one day, I'm up $30,000 in SHIB. Nice. Just from being patient, because I know that there's still room to run. As a matter of fact, look at this. See here? I look at this. I look at typical hold time, right? Typical hold time. Now, this is Doge, and this was a few days ago. And this is the SHIB. Typical hold time, 7 days. A couple of days before that, it was 5 days. This was yesterday, now it's 16 days. And so the SHIB holders are holding longer and longer and longer, just like Doge, right? I do psychology trading when it comes to SHIB and these type of coins, because I don't care how much you've heard about it, the masses still haven't heard about SHIB yet. When SHIB starts on a crazy bull run, that's when you should think about doing some profit taking. Now, in my swing trade, Mo, when my SHIB goes up 100%, I'm already up 50%. When it goes up 100%, I'm going to sell 50%. Then when it goes up another 100%, then I'm going to sell 50%. I will have my initial investment out of the market, and I will literally just be playing with the house's money, right? That's in my swing trade. That's not in my Coinbase, where I'm doing my long hold on SHIB. So I'm telling you guys that's listening, enter with caution, but never let anybody force you into not doing proper profit taking. So I'm holding and I'm making money with SHIB, because this is not AMC. What you think about that, Kenan?
I think that's amazing, and I want to add in this. So, like you said, it's not adopted by everyone just yet, and it may not get there when you want it to. It may just happen, and then you hear about it, but then you'll know that, okay, it might be time to do some profit taking. But there are 4 entities that you really need to think about, just because of the sheer nature of what's going on here. And it might sound weird when you put them together in a group, but understand, you want to find out Robinhood. What is Robinhood doing? Keep your eye on that. What is Robinhood doing with SHIBA INU? Did they list it yet? Because how much money they made on Dogecoin. They actually made about 45% of their profit on Dogecoin, of like literally all of their profit. And I want to say it was either quarter 2 or 3. Everything that Robinhood made, most of it came from Dogecoin exchanges and Dogecoin trades. So keep your eye on Robinhood. Keep your eye on Elon Musk. If he says something negative about Doge, this might give you a great buying opportunity. Or if he says something great or whatever he says, who knows? Keep your eye on that. If you hear him say something, this is going to move it. Understand that that's how it works. So Robinhood, Elon Musk. Brazil, right? The area of Brazil. So see what they're doing, because what they're doing is this. And I actually was doing some research on Brazil, and it says that Brazil's largest cryptocurrency exchange, it's called Novadax, if I'm saying that incorrectly, no disrespect, but they added SHIB as its fiat crypto market. So they're adding it sort of as a fiat currency, like a dollar bill almost over there in one of their exchanges. So Robinhood, Elon Musk, Brazil. And then the fourth one was, I'm at a loss for the fourth one. I can't remember what it is, but there's another one, and you got to keep your eye on that. But basically, it's really, when you start to hear all of these things start to happen, like for example, Robinhood is probably the major one though, because there are so many tens of millions of retail investors over there that will now have access to buy it for the first time without the fees that you get when you buy it on Coinbase or something like that. So really keep your eye on those key things there.
I will tell you this. A lot of people are concentrating on the burn, but the burn doesn't excite me. I'll tell you what excites me. When SHIB get listed on Robinhood, and I believe that they will, you have to understand Robinhood made 60% of its money that's made off of crypto exchanges, right? The fees that they charge for crypto, that's where Robinhood made 60% of their money. They would be crazy not to list SHIB, right? But I personally think, because they're going to be a real wallet, they have 1 million people waiting right now, that is going to be a major upward push and a major catalyst for SHIB. And it's going to leg up, I believe it's going to make the biggest move that it's made so far. What do you think about that, Kenan?
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree that just the pure amount of people that will be able to just access it now and at the touch of a button. You won't have to jump through any hoops. You won't have to download any special Coinbase wallets or anything like that. This is be right there, palm of your hand. Super, just crazy easy to think about. And one thing too that you said, so you were talking about how they made so much money on Doge. When you look at the numbers and you see today, the volume on SHIBA INU, even though it's not spiking up, the trading volume in terms of dollar amounts, there was 4.1 or 4 billion, let's just keep it flat, $4 billion traded in Doge today, but there was almost $11 billion in SHIBA INU that exchanged hands today. So Robinhood would make money on the buys and the sells in this case. So just because it's an order, which we know they route to the market makers, but whatever's going on with that, we're not even gonna get into the AMC stuff yet. But just understand that the trades happening with cryptocurrency, Robinhood would make money on every single trade. And now SHIBA INU is trading at such a higher volume than Doge that they have so much money that they're just leaving on the table. So it seems like a matter of time. Nobody can tell the future, but it seems like it's a matter of time for them to list it.
All right, I'm gonna do a station break, and I want you guys, if you're listening, please go ahead and like this video and share this video. I mean, this is to me, this is like a once in a lifetime opportunity to get these fine gentlemen, the three of us together, Mo, Larry, and Kenan. So hey, this is cool. Like we chopping it up, and this goes to show you. This makes my point on you should never just get your information from one person. We all give a different perspective to it, And Kenan, when I finish with this, I want you to gear up because I want you to talk about AMC. I have a ton of AMC, but I know that you watch it daily, right? So I want you to talk about AMC and Stock Moe. When Kenan finishes, I want you to talk about what you think that people, a stock that you think would help the community, or you think that people are sleep on that has a great potential. Okay. So Kenan, I want you to talk about AMC, brother. This is. I'm gonna tell you guys. People are always asking me about AMC. You know, I know you in heavy. I say, hey man, listen. For those of y'all that know, I keep it real. When I want to learn about AMC, I go to Kenan Grace. I go to Trace Trades, and I go to the nephew Matt Kors, right? Because they own it all day long. They own it all day long. I'm going out fishing for you guys. I'm finding all of this other stock because I trust them. They got it. All right, Kenan, go ahead, man. What's going on with AMC?
So for those of you who may not be familiar with AMC Entertainment, I call it the beast, the big dog, the banger, right? So AMC Entertainment, this is not a fundamental play. This is the one thing that I want to get out, because when people hear about it, they say, why would you buy this company when they're trading at certain multiples versus their future revenue? It's not a fundamental play. It's not about people going to the movies. It's not about how much popcorn or concessions they're going to sell. It's all about how generally the short sellers who are selling the stock, when you do all of the numbers, whenever you look deeply at AMC, it doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. Imagine that you were to get onto the scale in your house, and let's say you weigh whatever you weigh, you know what it is, and then all of a sudden there's 100 extra pounds on you. Then you get off, someone else gets on, and it works for them. Someone else gets on, and then it works for them. Then you get back on, and then now it's $100 or 100 pounds less, or 200 pounds less, or even negative. You can't weigh negative weight, right? So whenever you do the numbers, it never adds up. So what do I mean by that particularly? It seems like there are more shares of AMC that exist that shouldn't exist. And when you see them trading over on dark pools and what is a dark pool? A dark pool is in like an off exchange, so not like the New York Stock Exchange or the NASDAQ, something that the large institutions use, so they can trade over in privacy, and then after they do it, we get to see what happens. And they're supposed to report these numbers, and they do most of the time, but then sometimes it's not available, and there's always something, and then they get hit with a little fine for not reporting. So there's so much going on with AMC. So what is everyone even investing into AMC for? So it's kind of like what Stock Moe was saying earlier. It's about making the market more fair for everyone who's going to get in it in the future. This is generally what it's about. There's a lot of money to be made here. There's a lot of money to be lost here, especially if you get in and then you don't understand what you're investing in. I always say, don't invest in companies you don't understand and don't believe in, because if they dip, then you're not going to buy the dip. Right? So you got to really understand these companies and understand that when we come on here, like for example, me, Trey, or Matt, and we're telling you how manipulated the stock is or appears to be, this is because we're telling you that when you look at the fundamentals, when you look at the technicals, none of it, it'll never make sense. But you put in, if you decide to get in, you do your own research, you put in what you are willing to lose and not $1 more. Because when you put in $1 more and then it starts to come down and you lose your shirt, you lose your shoes, you lose your home, now you're saying, what happened? What happened, Kenan? What happened, Trey? What happened, Matt? And we're telling you every day that this is the most manipulated stock. So don't be surprised when the stock is appearing to be manipulated. Now, understand that.
Hey, Kenan, I got to say this. This is hilarious. This is somebody new. Anthony Hardest, whatever. Anthony said, is Kenan the black guy or the white guy?
I'm Mo.
Hey, I'm not trying to put you on Front Street, Anthony, but Kenan is the guy with the bow tie, and Mo is the guy at the bottom, and I'm curly now. So, hey, I want you, I'm going to do another station break. I want you to subscribe to both of these gentlemen, Kenan Grace and Stock Moe. Subscribe to their YouTube pages. I mean, a wealth of information. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry, that was funny as all get out. Hey, Mo, what do you think? Well, what do you tell me what you think about AMC, and then we'll go from there.
Hey, can we try something first before we do this?
Go ahead.
Kenan, do you happen to have I think the feedback's coming from that computer.
It's coming from your computer.
Plug in headphone. You can just put one in your ear into it, because this would get rid of it.
I'm totally muted when you guys talk. I'm mute. You can't. It's still giving.
You don't have any feedback. So no one else is getting feedback except me.
I get the I get the feedback. Now it stopped, Kenan. I think it's coming from your end.
Wow. It must be
Now,
me. Okay.
yeah. No. I get it too from Kenan. And now I don't hear it because he's muted.
Okay. So you were asking me about AMC, correct? Or do you want to know about the stocks that I like moving forward?
Yeah.
Okay. The stocks I like moving forward for people out there that are wondering where I'm investing. I just started a brand new 2022 portfolio over at my Patreon. Love it. And I'm keying in on a few different ones. Obviously, the EV space is still going to be one of my favorites. I also like the gambling industry. The gambling industry is very young in the United States. Around the world, it's starting to be accepted. I know it's kind of taboo, but I think there's a lot of opportunity there. Right now, one of the best plays, I thought, we had a couple of them. We jumped in on RSI after the Golden Nugget Online Gaming got bought out. The valuation told us that RSI had a 50 to 60% jump in it. It hit that now. And we had the recovery of the gambling industry with sports. And you're seeing a lot of full stadiums again. And that is good for the gambling industry overall. And we're going to continue to see good numbers. But DraftKings being one of my favorite ones out there, they are going for Entain, $20-something billion company. DraftKings is a $20 billion company. That's a big purchase. So you're seeing that stock, it was rallying, and then it starts to drop. It's the same thing when we kind of look at PayPal. Hey, we're going to maybe buy Pinterest, and then that drops. So they have to raise money for that, issue debt, more securities, whatever they're going to do to get the money to take care of that. That is a negative, but it's only temporary. So I do like DraftKings. I like the gambling industry. I like Penn as well, RSI, Penn, and DraftKings for that. Then we move into the EVs, which anybody that knows me knows. We love Tesla, NIO, Lucid is my high risk play. Xpeng, they're my 4 I'm going with in that. I like ChargePoint for the charging networks of North America. And then as we move forward, there's going to be a lot of other opportunities out there. And tech usually does well when inflation starts to run up. Always watch out for that. The growth stock rotation is happening right before our eyes. Anybody that's been following along with the YouTube portfolio I run, where I pick one based on YouTube's choice, every week it has been negative, down 20 grand. And all of a sudden, over the last few weeks, it has rotated all the way back up to being up like $17,000, $18,000. And it is just crazy how quick it has moved. And the dollar cost averaging through the down period of 8 months of growth stocks getting hammered. Now you're seeing growth stocks in general, like Plug, just being down close to those years' lows, and now they're getting rallying up. I love Skills. Skills is another one that I think is going to do outstanding as we move forward. It's going to outperform the overall market. I continue to add in on that. So there's some opportunities out there for investors that have been watching a lot of these growth stocks just getting crushed. And now we move back into that. Where does the big hedge fund money go? Where does the big money with all these investors go? Usually the safety is government bonds. Government bonds are paying nothing. They might even go into a negative event if we get a bad issue with the overall government and their spending and everything else. So they're looking to say, okay, do I want that 0.25% for a year where inflation's running 5%, or do I move it into some higher risk plays that can pay a lot? And that's what we're going to see. There is no other better alternative than to moving it into some of these high risk plays, because they're not going to make money on these billions and trillions of dollars of investments letting in government bonds. And so that's my opinion is you're seeing a resurgence, and you're going to continue to see the resurgence over the next quarter of growth stocks in general. And everybody's going to look like a hero, because if you're talking about some of these plays, I'm telling you, they're going to go higher most likely, unless the December 3rd government coming up with the debt ceiling mess that up. But if that goes through and they can get that taken care of beforehand, expect a really strong rally through November and December, January, and possibly February as well. And because I think Q3 slowed down so much that you're seeing a lot of pent-up demand because people backed off it because of Delta, and now that has been forwarded to Q4. Q1 of 2022 should do better. Q2 should do better. But then the tightening from the Fed rates coming in, the Fed coming in, going to have to slow down inflation, going to have to raise rates. I'm expecting a full 4 quarter point raises by the end of 2023. And that's going to be a real negative catalyst. And I don't expect a big run late 2022 into 2023 is going to be ugly. And so I'm taking advantage, getting as much money as I can in the market now, because I expect a 5 to 10% gain over the next probably 8 months. And that's how I'm playing it.
Well, the market is tricky, and what I want you guys to understand is that crypto is tied to the stock market, good people. And I want you guys to understand this. So I'm telling you guys that if you're just into crypto and you don't want to know anything about the stock market, I think you're doing yourself a disjustice. Because if the stock market tanks, it's going to take crypto down with it. And then crypto rebounds. If you don't believe me, go back to 2020. Go back to COVID when it hit. Look at what it did with crypto. So you really need to, for those of you that are new, you really need to keep your eye on the market as well as just crypto. I know a lot of people come to me, especially younger, just crypto, all crypto. I don't even look at the stock market. I'm going, it's not really wise. That's like you on a bus and the bus driver sleep, while it's rolling. So you want to know what's going on. Hey, I'm going to do something a little different. Let me do a little station check again. Hey, if you are just signing on, make sure you hit the like button. I have Kenan Grace. I have Stock Moe, and we're just having a party right here. All right. We'll get back to a few stock. I just want to keep it moving. I want to ask you guys some personal questions. Okay. You guys are both from the East Coast, right? So Kenan, let's start with you, man. I just remember watching you. I started watching you and you had like 50, I think you had just hit 50,000 subscribers. And you were on my radar. You didn't know you were on my radar. You didn't even know I was making that, video about you. But I was like watching you. Man, tell me, what does all of this mean to you? I mean, being invited, we were both invited to Fox Business and CNBC. What does all of this mean to you, Kenan? Unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. You guys might be getting some feedback. I don't know what's going on with that.
Nope. I got it all fixed on my end.
Okay, great. So yesterday was my year straight of putting a video out, an evening video out every single day, through sickness, through health, through not feeling like it. Just I did it, and I got through a year straight of doing it. And I want everyone who's watching this to understand that maybe doing videos isn't your thing. Maybe the stock market isn't your main thing, right? But understand that if you put your head down sometimes and just grind and just work at whatever skill it is, and they say, get 1% better, even a 0.5% better at it tomorrow, and keep doing that, then imagine where you'll be in 1 year. And understand that it's about discipline. It's all about discipline. You're not going to always want to do it. You're not always going to feel like doing it. You're going to find a great reason not to do it, but still do it. That's how you got to do it. That's how you get to your goal. You find a great reason not to, and you still do it anyway. So I want you to really, really understand that. So what does all of this stock market stuff mean to me? So the people who know, I was in education. I was working in education. I was teaching, and I retired, right, from that just this year, just like in the summer, like a month ago or so, 2 months. And what was happening was I was realizing from just my day job, and I'm such a planner, right? I plan so much that I realized that, just with my day job in 10, 15 years, I'm going to be a millionaire. Just regular salary, just me and my wife, just regular, just me and my wife, just regular, just doing it, but having a specific plan, investing a specific amount every month, not increasing our bills. We're going to be millionaires by this date, right? And then I started to see, now we have 3 investors, me, my wife, and my portfolio. So it's going to happen even faster because the portfolio is bringing in money passively and we're bringing in money actively. So now it's just, and then the bigger the portfolio gets, the quicker it rises as the market rises. So then I'm like, wow, I'm going to be able to pay off my debts. I'm going to be able to do all of these things. So then I said, there's no reason that I have this holy grail and I'm keeping it to myself. I need to share it with the people. So then I get out here and then I show the people, I'm like, look, you can be you and you can talk to people. There's somebody who's going to resonate with you online. Like if you watch Uncle Larry, you watch Stock Moe, you watch me, you're going to get a different vibe from all of us. But you're going to get something valuable from each of us. And then this is so important because then when you do things like this and you're diversifying your information that you're getting in, you're going to figure out so much that you can put it together for you. So then if you were the fourth person, the viewer, who was on here with us, then everyone would get a different vibe from you, but we would all learn and all be able to move forward and help the fifth person get on a panel. So then this is what it's all about. It's about paying it forward and about just making it happen. And when you make it happen enough for enough people consistently, then things will happen for you that you never believed. And I promise you that's the truth.
I love the fact. Go ahead, Kenan. I love the fact that we keep it positive here, right? And I always say, if you're negative, this is not the place for you. Listen, I said this yesterday before I get to you, Mo. I made a play yesterday, and I have two other brothers that are dear friends of mine. We all do these plays together, and one didn't. He missed out on a large sum of money, and I was not as happy as I would have been. I was actually a little down because he missed the opportunity. We have to understand this is not a fish tank. This is an ocean. All right. Just remember this. 1% of Americans own more than 50% of the wealth. There is enough money for everybody that's listening to us right now to be wealthy. And all we got to do is do the due diligence and do the work. All right. So like I get excited when people are making money. I get excited. The other day, Kenan, I'm busy all the time. I'm going all day long. But the other day I stopped in on your live, Kenan. Man, Stock Moe, you got to come up here and you got to go to Black Church with us one day, man. Because let me tell you something. I was like, say that, Kenan. Man, you better say that, dude. You better say that. And, I get amped up because when I hear good information going out and I know it's helping a lot of people, man, I get excited. I know a lot of you guys, you see me, I'm laid back. But, man, I was just like, man, you better say that. And, because I know without a shadow of a doubt that a few years from now, some of you guys are going to look into your bank accounts and you're going to say, thank God I was listening to these guys, because we could just not, we can, right? See there, I got amen from Stock Moe. See there, he already ready. So, but I can tell you guys this right now. Stock Moe, Kenan Grace, Larry Jones, we could shut these YouTube pages down right now and just trade all day. I miss trades because I'm doing this. And trade all day and we'll be fine. But you know what? It wouldn't be fulfilling to us knowing that there's an ocean of wealth out there that we could help you guys get. All right? Go ahead, Stock Moe.
First, I just want to say, I have this all fixed up. I had way too many things on my computer now that it's all taken care of. Kenan, I've been wanting to tell you, I absolutely love your energy, man. The first time Uncle Larry said, you got to check out Kenan. I don't know if you remember that, Uncle Larry, but I got over your channel. I was sitting up there with Mrs. Moe. We're watching. I said, this dude is going to be huge. And your energy, you're positive. I said, this is the kind of guy I like to work with. Man, he's positive. He's all about trying to help. It's not about him. It's about what can we do as a community. And I loved it. And so, Kenan, dude, I will come on here any day with you and always be positive. Just from a guy, I'm a teacher too. I was a teacher, retired as well over the last year. And I'll say this. Anything you do, just keep that positive mojo rolling. Don't be negative. Don't let the people bring you down. Know we're here to make the world a better place. Uncle Larry, we talked about this many a times. We are all here. We got a voice. This YouTube thing's the greatest thing in the world. We could trade and not, do our thing and not be on YouTube. But that doesn't help people. That doesn't bring information to people that the big corporations want to get out there and charge a fee for. And everyone's trying to take advantage. And now we have this YouTube opportunity, this platform where we can come out and share our wisdom and just share what we're doing and what we think is going to be a best. And like Larry said, Uncle Larry said, hey, we got 3 different perspectives here, and I love it. I love it, and I think you are a great YouTuber. You're going to do big things, and I'm not even worried about that $1 million after 20 years. I'm guessing you already got it in the bank now if I know anything about YouTube numbers. So I think we're all doing pretty well, and I absolutely I agree with Slink down there. We don't need this once a month. We need to be doing this once a week. We need to come up with a platform where we're sitting down talking, setting up a date. I know I reached out to Uncle Larry about this. This is an opportunity to combine a shattered YouTube space with a lot of different financial minds, put it into one place. Uncle Larry, you're leading the charge on this. I was sitting upstairs and talking with the missus, and I said, boy, I got to get Larry to send me a link. I got to get on this. And there you were thinking the same thing without even saying it. Here we are, the three amigos. We're doing what we need to do, and I'm loving it, man. The energy is outrageous, and I think we're going to see some good things. But like I said, though, you are absolutely awesome, Kenan. I can't wait. I always look forward to that energy. I think we all I have a cat running around, of course. Everybody has their own little spiel that we do. And Uncle Larry, of course, Uncle Larry, you already know what I think of you. You're my brother from another mother. I feel like when I talk to you, it's talking to family, and I absolutely love it.
Hey, I appreciate you, man. I always tell people, Stock Moe is my stock brother. He's my twin brother. Mrs. Moe made a comment. I can't find it. She gave a little money, so you're gonna be a few dollars short, Mo, but it's all right. Hey, Kenan, for those of you that don't know, and let me say this to you guys, and I'm gonna say this, and I remember when you first started out, Kenan, and I had some young person that was like a teenager, like really, really young. They signed up to the page. I'm sorry, they started watching me, and I said, hey, I want you to watch Kenan Grace, right? And they were like, man, wow. I mean, that dude's energy was a bit much for me. I said, look, let me tell you something. I said, did you learn something? He was like, no, I turned. I says, I tell you what, I want you to listen to Kenan Grace for a week, and then you call me back. He called me back. He was like, whoa. And I said, here's the lesson. When God sends you a gift, never question the packaging. Think about that. When God sends you a gift, who are you to question the packaging? Take the gift, all right? You know what, Kenan, man? Go on ahead and hit him with your opener, man.
This is not financial advice. I just hope you brought your oven mitts, baby, because it's about to get hot in the kitchen. Now, don't invest in companies you don't understand and don't believe in, because if they dip, Ric Flair, baby, woo, you not going to buy the dip. And then you're going to sell out and be right back here crying to me. And I'm not having it.
That's it. I love it. I love it.
Oh, my goodness.
The funny thing is, there's a message in the bottle. There's a message in the bottle. If you really listen to what I said, you invest in companies you believe in. Because the stock market, when you look at any chart, it's green and it's red, and it's green and it's red. It's like watching a sports game, and there's offense and there's defense, and you're only playing offense. What do you do when it's time to play defense? What do you do? Do you defend your money? What do? Do you just lose it and say, oh, wow, it's down, I'm out? Oh, the other team has the ball, that means I lose. No, you play defense and then you get back on offense, right? But you can only do that when you believe in a company. When you get into these swing trades or these new stocks out of nowhere, and then next thing you know, we're playing the momentum, maybe. And then you ask about this same momentum play a year from now. Why are you still in the play? Did you do your research? Did you know that it was a momentum, that it was a swing? But that's why you got to understand the stock before you get in it. And this is why I say things like this. And it's energy and it's fun and it's memorable. But if you really listen, again, there's a message in the bottle.
If you guys really, if you're new and you guys just get in and you let's say the SHIB is your first investment, right? And you just got in. And I'll tell you this, a lot of people will make a lot of money, but a lot of people will lose a lot of money, right? I would tell you, if you're new, you can learn a ton from Stock Moe. You can learn a ton from myself. You can learn a ton from Kenan Grace. Kenan has way more fundamentals than a lot of people really know, right? And so you don't want to just be rich. I'll tell you who's rich. People that win the lottery. 85% of them are broke in 3 years, filing for bankruptcy. You want generational wealth. That means you learn what to do. You understand money. You know how to grow it. I'm going to say this. When you get up to go to work in the morning, you should look to the left of you and you go, and your money is right beside you putting his work boots on to go to work in the morning, right? The only difference is you come home alone and your money come home with its friends, right? Then you go to bed and your money say, I'll see you later. You go, where you going? I'm going to make more money. If your money is not working for you, good people, you will work for your money for the rest of your life. Listen to this. If your money is not working for you, you will work for your money for the rest of your life. What you got to say about that, Stock Moe?
I've been teaching kids. I taught finance for a while. And one of the things I told them, I said, if you guys want to not work forever, not have financial freedom, that's the biggest freedom in the world, financial freedom, not having somebody tell you what you need to do for the rest of your life. You go to a job, you get disrespected, you have issues at home that you have to go home to, but now the job's yelling at you. There's so much stress with work. But one way to get through that is to take some of that paycheck, pay yourself first, put that into a fund, put it into stocks, put it into something. If the worst case scenario, put it in the S&P 500, take 10% of every paycheck. I don't care what you make, you will have a light at the end of the tunnel when you get older. If you're 16 and or older, 16 to 21 right now, listening to this, and you get your first job, take 10% minimum. Put that into the stock market, let it go for the rest of your life, never touch it. And you're going to find reasons you need to touch it. Oh, I need a house. I need a car. I need to go to college. I need this and that. No, this is your retirement. This is you. This is for you. For when you get to be 50, 60 years old, or if you're 50 now, keep putting it in, starting it now. When you get 60 or 70, you'll have a nest egg that you can give you a little freedom to get away from everything. But don't find an excuse not to bet on yourself. Bet on yourself. Don't bet on everybody else buying, getting out there, getting the most expensive cars, and I got to live in a house I can't afford. Live within your means. Put 10%, at least 10% into the stock market, a nice retirement account. That way you can get some tax benefits if you put it in a 401k or an IRA. Take advantage of these and then let it just grow. And then when you get 10, 20 years down the road, you're going to be going crazy. You're going to be like, oh my God, I got hundreds of thousands of dollars. My buddies are poor. They've been, and here I am being able to help my kids, helping, my spouse, moving on. My parents might be getting old. I got to help them. I got some funds to do that. And that's what it's about. Bet on yourself. Don't bet on corporations out there selling you products. Everywhere we go, there's an advertisement for you to do something to get your money. You can't let them pull you apart from that. Like Uncle Larry says, that money's out there working for all of us. When we save it, we put it into these corporations that are out getting everybody else's money. That money comes in and it goes into our little account. We get a little sliver of that. And that's what it's all about. So to me, the biggest thing to teach the younger generations out there around the world who are watching this, I don't care what country you're in, it is important to bet on yourself. And that means a few things. One, if you're working for someone else, put a little piece of that in the stock market one way or the other. Two, bet on yourself in terms of education. Get the best education you're going to get if you're going to work for other people. Three, I personally believe in working for yourself. Start your own business. Start your own YouTube channel. Get out there and stream on Twitch. If you like gaming, pick something you're an expert at. Become a master. And then get out there and share that with the world and try to make the world a better place. So this is the advice I like to tell a lot of students. I've been around teaching through my years, and just the YouTube generation out there watching right now. You know what? It's all about helping each other get to that next level. And this is the one way I think I can give back.
I'm going to tell you guys something right now. Society teaches you to work all your life, just like Stock Moe said. Society teaches you to work all your life, retire, not at 62, 68, because you can't afford it. Inflation is growing at a higher rate than what you're earning and what you're saving. And then what happened? We get sick and we die, right? If you expose your kids to this right now, if you're 18 and you're listening to this right now, you should be able to retire at 48, not 68. And I'm telling you, society has got us all in sheep mode. We're all herd mode. Like Stock Moe said, listen, the day you get out on your own, before you get your first apartment, you should take 10% of your income and invest it, right? calculate your bills, 10% invested, pay yourself first, a minimum of 10%, and then live. Your living expenses should be anything left over. That's how you set yourself up from day one. We have to consume less and create more. Consume less. We wearing this name brand stuff and they're getting richer and you're getting poor, right? But when you start buying companies, which is what you're doing when you invest in the stock, then you're literally setting yourself up. Now, one of the things I always say, find a side hustle. Listen, good people, in 2018, y'all not gonna believe this. I was driving Uber and I was taking that money and investing it in 2018. And there were days where I was working 10 hours a day. And if I had a weekend, my wife would call me. She said, "You're going to kill yourself." And I'm going to just keep it real. I had my regular job, but I saw 2020 coming. And I started ramping up. So everybody out there can do something. And I created a side hustle just to literally fund my investments because I don't want anybody else controlling my time. That's what you're doing when you go to work. You're trading time for money. All right. So, hey, Kenan, what you got, man?
I want to say all my young people who are watching this, what I want you to do is make sure you get a tradable skill. What do I mean by that? Get a skill that somebody's going to pay you for. It might not be the thing that you want to do for the rest of your life, but you got to start somewhere and you got to create value where other people see value that they want to pay for. Could that be being a teacher like I was, plumber, nurse, some type of skill, and then use this money to then go on and basically invest some of it into that side hustle. Maybe this is some craft that you have that you want to start a business with, but use your first skill to then fund that dream that you have and then really, really go for it. And then don't just quit your job and then just do this. Make sure that you are being practical. Make sure that you get to a certain point in terms of income. You have to grow your side hustle to a point where maybe it's 2 times what your income was. Maybe it's 10 times. Who knows? Because when you own a business, there's no ceiling. Look at Elon Musk. He made $18 billion today, right? There's no ceiling. So when you invest into yourself and you believe in yourself and you bet on yourself, you are likely to win if you are doing practical things. And remember, always work smarter, don't work harder, because there are people who are trying to cut down a tree with a butter knife. But then there's someone who goes to the store while that person is cutting with the butter knife and they go and get a chainsaw or they pay somebody else to do it. And then they get 10 trees cut down in the same amount of time. So then make sure you're working smarter, not harder, and make sure you're being so practical. Like Uncle Larry was saying, like, I get on here, I got a lot of energy, but when it comes down to it, the fundamentals, I'm so serious about fundamentals. Now, I want you to think of this. One of the main key points with any investment that you get into, they say, think about your time horizon. I call that, think about your exit plan on a play. So if you get into Apple, what is your exit plan? You need to know it immediately. It doesn't mean you need to sell next week, 2 weeks. You could say, oh, I'm getting this for retirement, but you knew up front. Let's say you get into SHIBA INU and you have an exit plan before you even click buy. It could be, you know what? I'm swing trading this. If it goes to this, like Uncle Larry was saying, if it goes 100% up, you see how he has the whole plan, 100% up, he's selling 50. Goes another 100% up, selling 50 again. He has the plan before it even happens. Now, some people are going to these investments and they're just going in blind and they just say, okay, what's going to happen now, right? And then you don't know. You have no idea. But if you have a plan, then you know what to do if it goes your way. And then if it doesn't go your way, but you always have a plan. So that's what's important. Before you hit buy, you need to know why.
That's cool. What you got to say, Mo?
I got to tell you, you're wise beyond your years, Kenan. I have made this argument with so many investors. They had asked me, and I'm sure you two gentlemen get the same question quite a bit. Hey, what do you think about this stock? I put a lot of money into this stock. I'm doing this with this crypto. And I ask them, I said, what's your exit strategy on this? What's your overall objective for getting into this investment? And I usually get the same response. Well, I'm just going to stay in it until it goes up. Well, how high up do you want it to go? If it jumps 100% tomorrow, what are you doing? Well, I don't know. And the I don't know is not an investment strategy. I'm going to, let it just go. I'm going to let it roll, No. You know, if it jumps 50%, take 25% off the table. If it jumps another 50% up 100% since your original investment, take another 25% off the table. Now you got a really good locked in profit. And if you want to take a little higher risk, you know, let it go a little bit more for these volatile stocks, as crypto, you're doing well. But not having an exit strategy is one of the biggest mistakes I see of young investors. And I don't care what age you are in real life. As a young investor, I don't care if you're 60, you're 18, if you go in with no plan, just YOLO, we're going to go, we're rolling. All right. No, that's not how it works. You need to have a plan. Lock in some of that profit on those big days, and you will have big days. Today was a big day for a lot of the stocks I was in. It was one of the biggest days of my life, to be honest with you. And so fabulous to see it. What's the strategy moving forward? Now, I'm dollar cost averaging, loving it, making some money. And, you know, it is what it is. And I got to tell you, man, these little comments coming down here, absolutely love that. I saw somebody say, let's get out there and make some money. You know, that's my tagline. I'm all about it. Or stick around. I think you're going to like what I got for you. You know, I haven't said that one in a while, but now Uncle Larry got that on the show. We'll throw that out. I know Kenan hit his taglines. We got to make sure we got to make sure we're sharing that love. But no, Kenan, wise beyond your years, my friend. Keep that advice rolling to anybody. Have an exit strategy. And this goes for everyone out there. I don't care how long you've been investing. If you just say, I'm letting it go until I'm a millionaire, well, if that, you mean you're never selling it, you're going to will it to your kids someday and try to avoid some taxes and stuff, that's a strategy. But if you're trying to make money for you and your missus or Mr. who's ever investing in the family, this is what I'm talking about. Pay yourself first, have a strategy, diversify 20 to 40 different stocks. You don't want to do more than 40. It gets really close to just a regular ETF to the S&P 500. But you want to make sure you're taking advantage of the opportunities out there. That includes the wisdom you get from the fine gentleman I'm looking at here in my screen, and just a lot of other YouTubers out there that I think bring value. They don't have to have hundreds of thousands of subscribers to be a major player in this game, because they can bring wisdom that none of us three share. And so put it together, get a nice little community that you can depend on, get out there, research yourself, make sure you have a strategy.
You know, man, this has been so great. Now, I want to put something out there for you two gentlemen, right? This is crazy. I believe that one day the three of us will be sitting together in the same room, right?
There's no doubt.
So as you guys see this, let's see if I can show it. I did this whole set design. Look at that.
Nice. I didn't get to, I saw the news. I didn't see that table you got there. That's awesome.
That's
I love it.
So I got another show called Larry Jones TV, which is like a talk show, right? And I do more inspirational talk there. I don't do any like financial talk there. And I'm a big dreamer, man. And I was dreaming the other day about, and I'm gonna put it out there. I want you guys, and I'm gonna say this in front of you guys, in front of the audience. Next year, I want to shoot a documentary about our community.
The YouTube community, the financial, or
yes, and it's going to be about our lives. And I don't know if you've seen the Tony Robinson one, and I will tell you guys, you know, I kind of know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that's at Netflix. And I just think that this needs to get out there in a big way. And I just think that it needs to happen. I'll figure out a way to fund it. But I just think this needs to happen, because when you think about it, Stock Moe and Kenan, the views that we get on one of our videos is more than these major networks that have YouTube pages get. We're getting more views than more networks. Between the three of us, we got so many of these wonderful people following us. And I'm not about just being with the curve. I'm all about being ahead of the curve. I'm all about creating something new. That's why I spent all the money into this. This stuff, it all lights up too. I spent a gang of money.
I did see that. Yeah.
And so Kenan, when you're ready, I got some guys that'll hook you up. They ship all over the country. But yeah, I want to bring the audience the best, the absolute best. I want the best. And so that's why I spend so much time. And I know you guys do too. And so, hey, I'm asking you guys right now in front of everybody else, if I call you and say, Mo, I need you to sit down in front of a camera. You know how they do these things, and they just go to talking about, you know, their journeys and all of that. Are you in?
Oh, come on, Uncle Larry, you kidding me? I'd share that story in a heartbeat. It's very inspirational. Let me just say this to you. Mrs. Mo, I know you're watching. You're the reason I'm here. I love you. And for those that don't know, my wife survived stage 3 cancer, battled it for years. And I was a teacher for many years, did a really good life. I was in the financial community, financial advisor / broker back and before then. And I had a community come feed my children while I was driving to Hershey, Pennsylvania at Penn State University Hospital to get her treatments in operations and so many things over 2 years. The first full year of just a real painful time in my life. All my money was gone. Everything I saved, everything I did, we spent to treat her, to help her. Community feeding my children with a Google share sheet to sign up who's going to bring food to my family, my 3 kids who were sitting here going to high school, middle school, just trying to get home. I'm driving to Hershey and back, going to get radiation treatments all night, getting chemo treatments multiple times, and just seeing if my wife is going to live. And through that, it changed me from just being a very selfish investor. I want to make all the money I can. It's all about that, to what can I do to help others? How can I get out the knowledge I've been trained through the companies I worked for when I was in the financial industry to share with the world? And then my students, and they said, yo, you need to step up, get a YouTube channel, get out there. And I said no for like 2 years. And finally I met a student. He says, I told him he needed to do it because he was so energetic and so just inspirational. And he was Brady Rupert, and he has a YouTube channel out there somewhere. But if you just Google his name, he's a great. Now you can.
Can you hear me, Kenan?
And I would say because of how, and you can still hear me here. But with that being said, we bring a lot of power to the community and hope.
We losing you, Mo. We losing you. We didn't catch that in, Mo.
Al, can you hear me at all, or is it just the picture?
I can hear you now. You were coming in and out.
Breaking up a little bit.
Yeah, just at the very end.
I can see my pictures kind of. Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, basically what it comes down to is I was given a gift. And the gift was I learned humility. I learned how to help others. I learned how to reach out. And if there's any blessing that came from watching my wife fight the most dirtiest of diseases, it was I learned how to be a better human and how to share gifts that you're given, and with the world, with the population, with the communities. And I think there's no road we can't travel down. There's no obstacles that we can't go through. We're all in this together. And I think that's what makes us likable, if you will, on YouTube, that we've been able to grow. And because I still eat chicken nuggets every day. I still throw the tater tots in the oven. There's nothing special, man. I don't do anything special. I'm still down in the 1972 brick wall basement doing my thing. Don't worry, that upgrade for the studio is coming, though. I got the missus working on that. And but with the long story short, there's inspiration. I always say every single human has a story behind them. It's not all happiness. It's usually what we share on Instagram, Facebook, the happy times. Behind that happy times is a lot of struggle with a lot of Americans out there, people around the world. And you know what? It'd be fun to get out there and share that story with everyone, how it has changed my life, to being able to help my mom and dad, to be able to help different people out in the world, and how we continue to grow. And hopefully we can come together as a community. The one thing I really as a teacher, as just somebody a little bit older than most YouTubers, what I notice is that there's a lot of me versus you attitude when it should be us working together like we are today. This is big. This is how it should be. Getting the big people out there that have a message to come together and agree on that message and say, look, we're here to help you the best we can. Might be 3 different ways of helping, but together the message is strong, and that we believe in you, and we can work together to get that level of financial freedom we're all striving for.
Kenan, I want you to so we don't go on forever, because I could talk to you guys forever, man. It's just a lot. We've covered so many stock, and I just think people needed to like hear our stories and hear our hearts and know that we really, really, really want them to make a lot of money, but we want them to be protected too, because, you know, when plays don't go right, it affects us in a negative way. And then we have a lot of, you know, there's negativity out there too. And, you know, sometimes you could have a great day. And I know both of you guys have been there, and you could just put, you know, give a 12-hour day, which is like a regular Monday for me, and just doing this. And then you'll get one negative comment and you go, but in reality, sometimes it just, you know what I'm saying? That one negative comment just go, and you just go, And, you know, people don't understand the pressure about what we do and what we do, you know, and it's a lot of pressure. And so, you know, I commend you guys for doing what you do, because trust me, I know what it takes. I'm going to say something else out there right now that I don't believe anybody else would say on a live stream. Myself, Mo, and now Kenan Grace, we've turned down well over $1 million in offers. Easily. Myself and Stock Moe, and I know Kenan, you're catching up really quick. We've turned down millions of dollars that could be life-changing money. Sometimes I think, you know, from people, these companies offering us, you know, talk about their products. And sometimes I think, man, that would do good for charity. You know, I think about, and you guys don't know all of the giving that I do. My brother's here. My brother's a minister. We came, this is my DNA. I love to give and I love to pour in. That's why I'm so passionate about this. But we try to keep our pages clean. My wife cleans for hours every day, taking the spam down and all of that, because we just want to give you guys the absolute best. All right. And so when we don't jump on one bandwagon or another, it's not because we're trying to be whatever. We're just trying to protect you guys, because I would that not a one of you lose a dime, but that's not reality. But I just want to tell you, if you're listening to Kenan Grace, you're listening to Stock Moe, if you're making money 60% of the time, you're doing good. If you're making money 70% of the time, you're knocking the ball out of the park. If you're making money 80% of the time, you're beating Wall Street. And so we got to understand, we have to have a reality check sometimes and not be greedy, you know, invest $1,000 a day and it turns into $1 million tomorrow. Okay. And so, yeah, there's times when we jump on stock like the SHIB. I'm in heavy, as I share with you guys. But I have 5 different brokerages that I do all my trading in. And I have, you know, Kenan says something all of the time. Then you better invest in it. If you can't stand this heat, then go ahead and invest in them. What do you say? The mutual funds. I have some mutual funds. I have some ETFs. But you know what? I had to explain that to somebody. He's not saying that there's anything wrong with them, because some of those funds, as you know, Mo, have been killing it.
Hey, you wanna hear one?
Go ahead.
If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. I know that's Kenan's line up there. And those mutual funds, you could do some triple leverage plays with those. I know I had that one I did at the beginning of the year, up over 70% since January 1st. And one of the ones I like with that, speaking of those mutual funds, it doesn't have to be leveraged, but the energy, I was in ERX right now. I have a really big position in that. Energy, if we have a bad winter, that thing could just double from here. And so there's opportunities out there, even with those mutual funds. But I like the leverage play. I like the risk. I like being in the kitchen. So I'm there with you.
And so I understand that, and that's really cool. And what Kenan is saying is it's less risky. And I had to explain that to somebody. I says, what he's saying is it's less risky. If you can't stand these hot plays, then do something less risky. Isn't that what you're telling them, Kenan?
That's exactly it. If you can't handle the heat in these hot stocks, then stay out of the kitchen and consider investing in index funds. It's some of them are so volatile. And then, and I also say this, I had to add this one in. And it's, if you can't handle the heat, it's because your foundation is weak.
Ooh,
right?
Ooh.
You don't have
I like
enough.
that. I like that.
You don't have enough.
Kenan, say that again, bro.
If you can't handle the heat, it's because your foundation is weak. You got to understand that. You need index funds. You need large cap, mega cap stocks. You need some of those to hold you up, because sometimes, let me tell you this, many of you watching this, your portfolio should not swing 60% a day. That should not be what's happening. You need some stability in there. That's why I said, you can't handle the heat, consider investing in index funds, and then come back. And then come back.
Listen, you guys, this has been good, man. I absolutely love that. For those of you that are just coming on and you didn't see, we covered AMC, we covered SHIB. We covered all of that. We covered DWAC. Just rewind it when it ends. Make sure you hit the like button to this live, and make sure you subscribe to Kenan Grace on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to Stock Moe on YouTube. Just go to their pages soon as this ends, and subscribe to these guys. I guarantee you're going to learn something that Uncle Larry hadn't said. And I'm going to keep telling you guys this. There's a lot of free knowledge. Stock Moe, you probably remember when I first wanted to take a class, that is what we're giving for free. And I am working on a class. And because when I finish my class, when it comes to a Discord, I'm sending people to you guys' Discords. I'm going to say, if you want a Discord, go to Kenan Grace's Discord. Kenan, we're going to talk off air. I'm going to say, go to Stock Moe's Discord, because I'm in a different lane. We have to understand, I keep saying this. This is not a fish tank. It's an ocean. There's enough for all of us, okay? And I believe in putting your best foot forward. This one is good here and this one is good there, okay, good people? And I just love this. And I'm going to ask a question I know a lot of people are wondering. Kenan, what do you think SHIB is going to do for the rest of the year? Not a price prediction, because we just rolling it. Listen, good people, anybody giving you a price prediction that's more than, me and Stock Moe, we've been giving price predictions on Tesla and all of this. Listen, especially on a hype stock like SHIB, you're literally just throwing with blindfolders on and just whatever will stick, okay? But when you understand what's fully going on with SHIB, I always say, don't be a target looking for an arrow. Think about that. Don't be a target looking for an arrow. When they set these prices, you're going to see a major dump before it gets there, right? Always have an exit plan when you enter. So, Kenan, what do you think about SHIB? And what do you think? Is it going to be another leg up? What do you think it goes from here?
So from a technical standpoint, and again, remember, technical analysis is just indicators, right? There's many indicators, and they have to be accompanied with news catalysts. For example, Robinhood listing them. What I want everyone to think about with SHIBA INU is how close the most recent support is of about 4 zeros and 40, and the all-time high being 4 zeros and 45. So today, this thing could go to a new all-time high, and then people will hear about that on the news, and then it'll be a feedback loop, right? You never know exactly when, but you do want to see, because it's consolidating right under an all-time high, and all-time highs are another indicator for it to just pop again. So just be on the lookout for that, but also be on the lookout for it to fall under the 40. So then you'll have an indicator whether it's going to come down a little bit to pick you up before another run, but just be on the lookout for that. Notice we are right near all-time highs. Pay attention to that.
And what you don't want to do is buy at the high. And even if you think you're going to miss a run, chop your money up. Don't just put all your money into a hype stock like this all at once. I didn't just put a large sum of money all in at once. I just kept waiting for it to find basis. And then I held money back just in case. And when it drops, then I went in with some more. And I limited that amount of money to what I was going to put in that stock. I didn't pull away from my Ethereum. I didn't pull away from my Tezos. I didn't pull away from my Solano, and that's what we have to do. We got to be diversified. And because those are more stable coins that's still going to run. Cardano, good people, I believe, and Stock Moe, I'm going to ask you about Cardano. I believe Cardano is still going to run. What do you think about Cardano, Stock Moe?
You know I'm a fan. That DeFi space is where it's at. Solana, Cardano, and Ethereum. They're the three big ones in that one. That is an ocean we're talking about. No one of those companies is going to dominate to the point that the other two can't survive and thrive. You're going to see a lot of movement in those prices. You're going to see them moving higher. All right. This run is not even over. It's just getting started for the DeFi space. You're seeing, like I said, MasterCard coming out, putting that big announcement. Hey, we're going to let all our companies that work with our program, everyone using the MasterCard network, get into the crypto space. We're going to allow that to start to happen. What that's going to look like is going to be very interesting. But one thing, stand sure. The DeFi space is huge. It's going to devour banking service, traditional financial services, and it's just going to grow. Now, each one of them can take over something. I think Ethereum's going to take over most of it, but I do think some of the other spaces in the financial industry will be taken over by Solana and Cardano. And I think Cardano is going to continue to roll up. I do expect to see $5 a pop eventually. It's not a question of if, it's when. And so that's how I feel about Cardano, and I see some big things happening. And that DeFi space is the biggest part of this whole crypto, in my opinion. Storage of value is close with that. And then we'll move forward with NFTs and some other things too. But Cardano has a place in this, and it's going to grow.
So, Mo, while you're still on, I want you to have some parting words or whatever you want to say to these good people out there, and then Kenan, then you're going to follow Stock Moe.
Parting words, yeah, keep doing what you're doing. Bet on yourself first. Make sure you're putting money into your own retirement account. Make sure you're taking advantage of 401ks, IRAs. Best thing you can do, get out there, put some money in a Roth IRA. It's post-tax money, but it grows tax-free. So when you need it down the road, you can take that money out tax-free. Personally, I would tell people, if you can get into that, I like to see some crypto put in there. I expect over market gains in crypto space. That way, as it continues to grow, you're going to be able to take that money out tax-free down the road when you retire and get that other gig. I liked what I heard here. Side gigs is where it's at. I was working full-time as an educator, coming home and doing my lessons, doing everything else, doing 2 videos a day, working, it seemed like 8 jobs every single 24 hours, getting 5-6 hours of sleep. You never stop the grind. You got to keep on rolling till you get that financial freedom, or that view of what that financial freedom is going to look like for you and how you're going to get there. So these 2 gentlemen here, man, subscribe to their channel if you haven't done it. These guys are on fire. I love watching it. I saw it pop up on my thing. I jumped up. I was like, this is awesome. Kenan and Uncle Larry. And I was like, this is just incredible. I didn't know what was happening. And so I was watching. It was nice for Uncle Larry to send me a link real quick, jumping on with you two. This is just awesome. I know I'm going to go back and watch this again and enjoy this whole process. And I'm telling you, Uncle Larry, if you're not doing this again in the near future, we're not helping as many people as we can help.
True that, Mo. I believe that this is just, man, the synergy with the 3 of us, is really crazy. Go ahead, Kenan.
Yeah, so for parting words, I want to thank you for having me on. Stock Moe, thank you for jumping on. Much appreciated. Because Uncle Larry and I, we were just going to chop it up with the people. And then you came on. Hey, 3 amigos, right?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
It was great. I'm sure everybody's going to watch this over and over again. I'm so glad to hear it. Now, in terms of advice for the viewers, I want to say one thing that I want you to do, if you haven't done it already, is I want to say something that hasn't really been said yet. And it's, if not do options, learn how to do options. Because sometimes, for example, 2008, the market crashes, right? And you see on the news, oh, everyone's losing so much money. There are so many large institutions that put options against their long positions and then just rolled the wave down and made so much money on the way down. When you buy a put option, if you are doing it at the right time, remember, higher risk, higher reward. But if you learn how to do put options or something like that, you can make money also when the market is going down. So you just want to enhance your ability to learn how to do options and so on and so forth, or just to invest in every day. Like I'm sure Stock Moe, Uncle Larry, myself, for example, every day we learn something new. Never stop learning and never think that you got there, because you're never really there. There's always something else that you can learn. There's always a new tool that you can put into your toolbox, or you can just sharpen your axe, like Abraham Lincoln said, all the time. That's what you always have to do. Never think that you got there. Never get too big for yourself where you think that, oh, it's just me. I'm the number one guy. These guys, why would I get on with Mo? Why would I get on with Larry? You know, like something like that. Why would I do that? They're gonna steal my subscribe. It's not about that. It's not about that. It's all about saying, look, if all three of us together is helping more people than us alone, then there we go. That's what it's about. That's what it's about.
Man, this has been crazy good. I just want to say, I want to end by saying this. This is really good. And I say good people. When I say good people, it's become a sacred language. I was talking to my kids the other day. My kids are grown and going. I was like, listen, good people. They were like, really, Dad? Really? So next time I'm going to call you, Kenan, I want you to hit him with the P's, okay? So I just want to say this. I know there's somebody out there who think you need $1,000 to get in the market, $10,000 to get in the market. Stuff like this, when I first got into investing, I've actually made my first investment in 1992. And I know you guys are saying, man, he don't look that old. Thank you. But anyway, I'm just saying, the classes were $10,000, right, Mo?
Yeah,
Like
that's the same exact year I made my first investment, 1992.
Yeah. 10,000. If you wanted to really learn by the big guys, they were charging $10,000 for the stuff we giving you guys free every single day. What I want to say to you that is the stock market has changed. You, with the platforms that you have right at the palm of your hands, I tell people this. They say, well, how much do you need to get in the stock market? I say, how much do you have? Oh, I only have $150. I said, then that's how much you need. And what I like about Kenan is I was watching the other day when I stopped in on your live stream. Kenan is making these plays, and some of these plays you just made $100, $107, $50. I mean, $150, $200, $300. Now he's got some plays he's making killings on, but I actually like that more than just making the killings, because making a killing every day is not reality. What I like about Kenan is he's showing you how to make all these little pieces, as well as showing you how to make the big whale money. And that's what we're getting away from in the stock market. That's very important, because if you can make 10%, 10 times, I'm not the best at math, but I could count. That's 100%. So if you could take $1,000 and eventually, regardless how long it takes, turn that into $10,000, but you do it 10% at a time, it's still $10,000. Then eventually you'll take that 10,000 and turn it to 100,000. Okay? So within your entire portfolio, don't try to make a killing every time. And that's what happens with a lot of new people getting in. They only chase the hype. And they're not, the boat is not balanced. You want to load the boat up, but the boat ain't balanced. All right, good people. So I just want to leave it right there. Man, I love and appreciate you guys, man. This has been off the chain. Any one of you gentlemen have one last thing you want to say? Kenan, what you got to say, man?
Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Say it with me again. Proper preparation prevents poor performance.
I got you. I got one more P I'd like to tell everybody. Persistence. Keep doing what you need to do. Don't stop. Don't let obstacles stop you. Just keep investing in yourself. Get master some trade, get out there and make this a better world, put it all together, you're going to be successful. And let's get out there and make some money.
I like that. Hey, Kenan, can you and Stock Moe, I'm going to put you guys links. I'm going to put you guys links in as soon as we finish this. Are you in front of your computer where you can put your links in and I can just pin it right now? If you can, the links to your channel. And listen, both of these gentlemen are also on Instagram. Make sure it's the correct page. And I see they're both on Instagram. And I know, Kenan, you tweet. Mo, do you tweet?
I do.
Okay, what's your Twitter account?
Stock Moe /Stock Moe, man. I have, I think we're getting up there. It's getting up there. I don't know how many we have, but it just continues to grow. So I am been more and more active on Twitter. I really enjoy the platform and look forward to doing more and more. So yeah, if you haven't come over to Twitter, just search Stock Moe and come over and join us. It is awesome. I do share some other things that I don't share on YouTube there. So it gives you an opportunity to get some other information from me that could help you out moving forward.
And what are you on Instagram so people don't go to all of these fake accounts?
I think it's Stock Moe. It's just,
okay.
There are some people out there that are scammers. Beware of the scammers. I'll never reach out to you. I'll never say, hey, let me help you with your Bitcoin, Ethereum. Send it to me. I had somebody today talking to me about that and saying, hey, was that you, Stock Moe? It just was talking to me on Instagram. It's not. I do talk to people, but I don't ask you, what are you investing in crypto? Here, let me help you. Send it to me. I'll manage it for you. I got a team of people. That's not me ever. So if anybody out here is looking and they're seeing this on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, on YouTube, we took care of YouTube. No more spammers because we filter every single comment. And so on my channel, we have a team working to make sure every single comment is looked at beforehand. You will, unless it's a spammer who gets away saying, hey, Stock Moe, great video, and it goes through. And then you're like, then they try to push something through again or change it. It comes back to us. So there's no more scamming on the channels. I highly recommend to any YouTubers out there that if you do that, it's a little extra work in the beginning, but you're going to find that your channel cleans up real nice. No more spam, very positive, and it can take a lot of that stress away. They get one nasty comment, and they're not on the channel anymore. So that's something I would give some advice to YouTubers. Yep.
And Kenan, give us all your handles.
Yeah, on YouTube, I just pin that in the comments, or I just post it in the comments at Kenan Grace or Kenan Grace on YouTube. You could just look me up. I'll pop up. However you spell it, I'll pop up. I'm the only one with this name. Yeah. And then on Instagram, I am Kenan Grace, just with the 1. Kenan Grace with the 1. There is, like they were saying, all of these different scammers. If you ever hear anyone talking about WhatsApp or I will not even talk finance on Instagram to you at all. It's not me asking you for Bitcoin or crypto at all. If anything, ask me on my YouTube channel, on Twitter, at Kenan Grace, especially if you're in the Discord and the Patreon, everything like that, then I'm in there all the time, just talking to the people. And it's funny, they get surprised to talk to us sometimes, but I'm like just a normal guy. So then they're like, so it's just kind of funny. I know you guys probably experienced that too. You're like, I'm to you, you might have me on some pedestal, but I'm just me. And I like to really, really show people that, like, I'm just a guy, just like you. So then it's just like, so when they see that, they're like, wait, you're not talking to me like we're here. And I never will. I never will.
Sorry, good people. I'll add anybody who will bring, I think it's going to help the people. So yes. So I tell you guys this. On Instagram, I'm Larry Jones TV. So what I want you guys to do is on all 3 of our pages, check out all of our links, right? Just check them out all. I got a inspirational page called Larry Jones TV, and I am Larry Jones TV on Instagram. There is no Stock Up with Larry Jones on Instagram, but just a word of caution. Anybody that's telling you to send money anywhere, it is not only is it not us, it's not the people you're thinking, because real YouTubers don't ask you to send money through YouTube unless you have another form of communication. I never do WhatsApp. I never talk about a broker.
Yeah.
And especially if any of us talk about crypto, the spam just gets insane. All right. So remember, you're going to see a check by our names or a gray box around our names if we do even reply. But none of us will ever ask you to send any money. Not in Instagram, not in YouTube, not in the Twitter sphere, nowhere. All right, good people, we want to keep you guys protected. All right, this time I cut it off because, man, this is so good, man. That's like, I feel like a kid. I don't want to let this go. So good people, we're going to do this again. I'm going to hit you guys up. And how could, I'm sorry, I'm talking to my tech. How could, Kenan, can you stay on? Can I end this and Kenan stay on?
They'll still be on.
Okay, could you gentlemen stay on when I end this? Okay, all right, good people. I'm going to end with my intro to my new show. The link is below, Larry Jones TV. Make sure you hit this like and share this, and I will shortly put their links on, all right? We'll see you guys later. Live, love, laugh, and learn. And like my boy Kenan say, I love y'all.
Is it playing?
Now, hold on, let's see here. I hit the wrong thing. I'm gonna just hit this outro.
Just go up.